PLC Network here at CES 2023, and we're at the Gigabyte booth here, and we're with Kevin standing next to me. This is the same famous Kevin that's in charge of Marvel. Oh, wait, no, you're not. You're a different Kevin. This is a different Kevin. But this Kevin also has some just as exciting things to talk about in the realm of customization.
I do.
Right. Gigabyte has some new stuff that's coming out or is even already out on some of this, but one of these items is this neat and unique case that's sitting right here.
That's right. So this is what we're calling the DIY PC kit, and this one specifically is called the Stealth 500. So what you see here is our AC 500G case, and this is where the 500 in the name comes from. And the Stealth, you'll notice there's something a little bit different compared to normal PC builds, and that's because all the wires and the headers and connectors are not visible.
It actually is stealth.
It's actually stealth. It's actually pretty cool. The first time I saw it, I was like, this looks a little different. I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing, though. And it took me a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, there's no big, power connectors here, the 24-pin, your motherboard, your CPU connectors. I don't see anything. So the cool thing about this is the motherboard, graphics card, and case, they're all made specifically to work together to provide you this sort of, cableless experience.
So this really takes the definition of stealth to a new level. And I mean, when you first showed me this, I didn't even catch on. I noticed there's some plating here covering some certain things, but the bulky connectors, my mind didn't even pick that up.
Right.
So not seeing the connections, the 8-pin connections on the video card and everything, and the Zero ATA or anything else coming off the sides, like I didn't consider, oh wait, how are you hiding that bulkiness? But so you're adapting it and sending it to the back of the case instead.
That's right. Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of other solutions you'll see on the market, it's just a shroud, and it kind of covers it, so it hides the cables. And what we've actually done is physically move them to the back of the board, or the back of the graphics card, for example. And the reason why this kit comes with those specific parts is because those are a lot more difficult to kind of integrate into the solution if they were to be, chosen by any other brand, any other model. And the way it works is because the connector is specifically it's in a specific area on the back of the card, you need the corresponding cutout on the case in order to be able to plug your cables in. So that's why we picked these 3 specific pieces to go together. So one of the things about this case or this solution, or this kit actually I should say, this is the second version. We did have a previous version called Project Stealth, and it's kind of an infamous sort of PC kit for a lot of reasons, but we made a lot of improvements. We've learned, where we could do better. And one of the things that we really improved upon is the airflow. So this case is actually pretty wide. There's a lot of space on the back side. On the front, we do have a
so you have a block of 3 fans right here, yeah.
So it's 3 fans. You can accommodate up to 140 millimeters.
Sure,
it's got the removable mesh.
Yep.
You can put it on the top. The bottom also has another screen here for you to another dust filter. You can even vertical mount your car. So there's a lot more options and a lot more premium features on this version. Yeah.
It's very nice, and again, it's kit. It's sold as a kit, so it isn't made for any other motherboard. So you're buying this for this specific purpose. You're getting this specific motherboard. Is there any chances? Maybe this might be a trick question. I don't know, but is there any chances that there's going to be any options, like in the future, like which motherboard? Like is it like choose from 3 different types or 3 different boards or?
It would be a little tricky just because every motherboard, the connectors are in different spots.
Yeah.
For that, we would have to have different variations of the cutouts on the back of the case. And, that part is definitely a little bit more difficult to kind of crank out.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty safe to say that what you will see in the future is different versions of it as a pre-built.
Okay.
So that could be what
or
you're
modular.
looking for.
That could be V3, have
modular would be cool.
And stuff,
We'll definitely pass that back to HQ. I mean, this is a Z690 with the RTX 3070, and I think it's pretty okay for me to say that there would definitely be more current gen versions of this coming out in the future.
Okay, so what would be the price point of something like this? And
the price point, it's not finalized yet.
Okay,
but we're expecting it to be very close to the first Project Stealth. It's around $1,000.
Okay,
so that's motherboard, graphics card, and your case.
And do we know what time this is going to reach launch?
We are expecting it around Q1.
Q1?
And
Okay.
we were pretty deep into Q1 already, so
Yeah.
you could also say it's soon. You could also say
soon. Coming soon to a
Yeah.
store near you, or at least Gigabyte's website. Okay, so this is neat. It's very customizable, but more so in a stealth way. But in looking at a different definition of customizable now. RGB has been popular for some time, but now we've moved beyond that. We're still using RGB on everything because why not? On the fans and everything else. But now we're putting video on everything. When it comes to on your cooling block or to the front of your case, but now your power supply as well.
That's right. What we've seen is a trend for, as you mentioned a lot, customization. And, with RGB lighting, you can only get so far. So what we've seen nowadays is the market demand. They want something like an LCD panel. So we do have an LCD panel on our power supply now. And this is pretty cool because it can give you your power readouts, your load. We have some presets like, the Aurus logo, something like that. But where we really get into the customization part is going to be you can add your custom text, custom picture, and custom video. So if you wanted, if you have our power supply, our AIO, and our graphics card, you could have a whole theme video build. And we see that. People will put like a falling leaves kind of video clip, and it'll fall from the cooler down to the card down to the PSU. It's really cool.
That's nice. So, and of course, with these, you got your full modular connections on the side here.
Exactly. So
and this is 1200.
1200 watts, 80 plus platinum. It's all Japanese capacitors on the inside.
A very powerful power supply. So if you're serious and you want to put your own custom headings on here, there's some videos here. And I like that you can interact between all of them as well. So you have actually something else as well. You have some new NVMe to talk about?
I do. So here we have the Aurus 10,000. Some people say it's over 9,000. And it's got the 59026 controller. It's 12,000 read, 10,000 write. So this is the new PCIe Gen 5 drive, and we do ship it with the heatsink. A lot of people, once you're pushing those speeds, you're going to run into thermal throttling issues. Not everyone has a heatsink, or not everyone has a board with a sufficient heatsink for it, and so we definitely include it in the retail packaging as well.
Very nice. So that's a fast drive. That's very impressive. We were just talking earlier. I'm like, it kind of blows the one away that I've been using. I'm like, it might be time to upgrade when this comes out. Now, this is not yet. This is TBD, or?
This is TBD. Well, I mean, it's definitely coming out, but the exact time frame, pricing, this is still not finalized yet either.
Okay. But I love to see that. That is a fast drive. And what's really cool is you have some new techniques in getting these drives in and out of some of the new motherboards as well.
That's right. On our current gen motherboards, we have a feature we call Easy Latch. There's 2 different versions of it, but essentially this is a toolless and painless way for you to uninstall and install your some of your parts. So we do offer the feature on PCIe slot as well as the M.2 slot.
That's great. And looking at the PCI Express one, that one's fantastic, because I don't know how many times I've struggled. We'll just say that. I think that's a very mild way of putting it, but struggled trying to get one of the newer video cards in or out. Exactly. This happened from video card installation.
During setup, just from installing everything. Maybe I have weak skin, I'm not sure, but I busted my finger open, and I've had this for the last 3 days.
Ouch. Yes. See, it's a tough life. It's a hard knock, of life working on PCs like this, but it's worth it. But with the new release, that push release for the PCI Express, that's pretty neat.
Very painless.
This is something that should have came out years ago, I think.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just pushing that out to all the other manufacturers out there. Why? I mean, they did it. But no. Okay. So awesome. The latching, everything's great. I definitely want one of those drives when it comes out, so I'll be keeping an eye on the market for that. These are neat. This is really cool for anybody who wants a nice, clean case. And the latching and everything on those boards, are those already in the market, or that's coming soon in some of the newer models?
Those we have them on our 13th gen Intel boards. We also have them on AM5.
Okay, perfect. So you can already get that. For any more information, when they release more information about the drive, obviously they're going to want to go to Gigabyte's website,
right,
and get more information from there. So Gigabyte, and of course once it releases, everybody carries Gigabyte. So Best Buy, Amazon, Newegg, B&H even. So you'll be able to find this just about everywhere. But this is very nice. It's very exciting. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's good.
And we can't wait to see what comes next, and I can't wait to buy one of these drives.
If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, and or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.